Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Go Red Wings is right. Come on, baby. 4-1 on top of the Eastern Conference. The Detroit Red Wings are absolutely dialed. Hello, welcome to Woodward Wings. I am Justin Satawa. I will be joined shortly via phone communication by Spencer Raxter. We said we weren't going to do a post-game show for tonight, but the game was too electric to not give you guys the content that you guys deserve. So we came and we are here. We're here to conquer. As the Detroit Red Wings, we're also here to conquer as they take the huge win over the Tampa Bay Lightning, improving on 4-1 on the year. And man, can I say that this is electric? And yes, Anakin, I know I am late. But I had to drive back from downtown Detroit because I was at the game. And you know what? I knew that my king ASP would come through with a Geno on the day that I went there, and he did. I bet it. I won $150 off it. Shout out to my boy Axel. Detroit cannot move forward without an Axel, and that is Axel Sandin Palenka. Oh my God. Let me get some of these reactions in here. This is epic. Oh, well, let's go. Shout out to Kiazi. We're here. Oh my God. What a great, great game. And I want to start off with how important this game is for this Red Wings team because it's how it looks. It looks so much different than last year. Games that we were up in, we sat on our heels. And as this team did sit on their heels essentially in the back of their zone for the entire second half of the game, they found a way to push through it. They actually blocked shots in front of the net. They cleared the front of the net. They did the little things, and that's what this Red Wings team needs to do to succeed. And it's so good to see. We hopefully are so back. Are we back? We might actually be back. It's the way that we're winning. I am starting to get to a point where I'm accepting these wins, and it is so absolutely electric. Kiazi, it's funny that you were at the game, Justin, because I thought I saw a guy that looked like you behind Chris Osgood during the intermission report. I was not near Chris Osgood, but I was there. And I hope that we are legit, Ryan. I really do. And for the door, ASP scoring before Finney and MBN. Hell yeah. That's what my king does. Absolutely. 44 viewers right now for ASP as well. Spencer Raxter will join me in the next little while. I'm going to make sure that I send him the link before I absolutely forget because I feel bad. Because you need to hear from my boy Spencer Raxter because he's absolutely hyped up as well. But let's start to get into it. The penalty kill right here, Joel Jackson, you hit it right in the head. We got to talk about the penalty kill because it might be legit. We're seeing it right now. It's the way that they stay in formation. They don't compromise each other. They are truly a unit, and that's why it's called the penalty kill unit. It's because you have to be a unit out here. You have to be together, and they are building off each one of these games. They look so good, and these aren't. And I know Kucherov was out today, and that's a big threat for them on the power play. But that's still a guy with Victor Hedman, 101.5 mile per hour slap shot tonight. And they still shut them down time and time again. And then, like we said, yeah, Gabby. John Gibson came in tonight after his brutal game one and was like, I'm going to lock in. I'm going to be a brick wall. And he was tonight. He had so many shots in that third period. The Tampa Bay Lightning were coming profusely at the Detroit Red Wings. Pause. I'm sorry. And they were relentless on the forecheck, bringing shots, bringing pressure in front of the net, and they were able to completely stop it. It was so good to see. They absolutely pumped. We are, and how can you not be? You're looking at a real life goalie tandem. This is the best goalie tandem we've had since Jimmy Howard was in net. Both these guys are two guys who can win you games, and you've seen it. Talbot's won you games now. Gibson's won you games now. And it is just absolutely electric. You smash that like button for our Detroit Red Wings. We need to rank the bottom 8 forwards overall skill. I think that's going to be a very interesting question. I think we got to wait to talk about that, though, later in the show because you're going to have Danielson coming in the show. But right now, we got to talk about this game. Dylan Larkin's emergence without Lucas Raymond is something that needs to be talked about. Dylan Larkin continues Two, just elevate his play regardless of being without his best buddy Lucas Raymond, who are the two best offensive forwards on the team. He's come out, he's had Finney and Appleton. He's continuously made play after play, offensively and defensively, playing an absolutely electric two-way game right now. That's how you have to play as a 1C. He is living up to the 1C hype right now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Elmer needs to go for Berg. Yeah, that's a conversation. I still like Elmer because he brings the physicality, the body. I don't think that Berggren has that in his game. What happened to Lucas? Lucas is injured. He hurt his shoulder. He should be back in this Edmonton game. That's what the beat reporters are saying. Hopefully that's the case, because if Lucas Raymond's able to join a 4-1 hockey team who is already buzzing, that is such a lethal combination. This team is getting out to such a healthy lead early in the season. And you know, the worries with this team is in March and April. And when you're able to not be in a hole at that point and you're just you're fending off, it's in such a better position than it is when you're in the back end and you're trying to reach for those points like we were last year, trying to grab 5 points at the end. It's just not the best situation. Larks has that daddy power now. I mean, hey, he might be. He's playing so well. 200 feet game, 1C. Like that, like this is the 1C where Dylan Larkin deserves to be. Like, he is playing like a top 15 center. And that's not the only guy that's playing at that elite of a level. You have guys like Simon Edmondson and Mo Sutter. Both of them are playing in elite defenseman conversations right now. Edmondson is allowing ASP to make mistakes, which he didn't make today. That was an absolute snipe. And I'm sorry I'm going everywhere. I'm so excited. ASP today, that was a snipe. That was the best goal I've seen from a Detroit defenseman in years. That my hockey teammates call it toe drag release, TDR, okay? TDR snipe show, bottom left on Vass. And that's an elite goaltender. That is exactly what you want to see. The young guns are gunning. And that's because of the actual veteran leadership that this team has. This team is able to take the Cops and the Edmondsons, and they're able to mold these younger players. Like, I know MBN isn't in the best situation, and I just saw it. Hold on, let me find it. Someone's digging on Copper. Copper is ass. I take Berger over him. He does nothing. He literally helped Tampa screen Gibson instead of, and I'm with you. I don't like Copper at all. I don't think he has a spot in this lineup at all. I think he is ass. And I'll call it how it is. I think he's a waste of $5.5 million. Do I think Bergen's the solution? No, I don't. I think Danielson's the solution. Danielson's playing in Grand Rapids right now. McClellan was confident that he was going to make the team out of camp, and now hopefully we see that. When he is healthy, he comes in here, he takes that 3C role by the reins, and we're ready to go. And that's what I want to see. Larkin is making his case why he will be the lone Holland era survivor left on this team. Absolutely. He deserves it. He is the lifeblood of this team. This team is playing at their best when he is playing at his best. He is the catalyst of this team, because when you have a 1C that's playing like a 1C, you are truly a threat. And when Dylan Larkin is playing like this, he's a threat. And he's a threat offensively in the neutral zone. Like, do you remember the last time you've seen Dylan Larkin carrying the puck in the way that he carried it today? He was so dominant every time he had the puck on his stick, making plays, getting the puck out of the zone. And that is so huge for this team, especially without Lucas Raymond. Emmett Finney continues to make strides. I truly believe at this point, Emmett Finney is turning into a guy who is that solidified first-line guy with Larkin and Raymond. You can see the compliment. You can see the way that he plays. He plays in such a gritty style. He wants to go grab pucks. He wants to be able to help these guys facilitate, and he's always in the right position. That is a trait. That's not something you just magically wind up in. This isn't fairyland. You actually have to think the game to be able to put yourself in high danger chances, and that's what Emmett Finney does. The goals will come. I'm not worried about that, especially when you're playing online with Larkin and Raymond. Low-key, Convert could be the next player to go. Package him up and get a key player. I don't think he has any trade value. That's the issue. He's not playing well enough And I think you're going to have to be the one that packages with him to be able to get him off your roster. But you think about it like this, we're at a luxury point. Since when have the Red Wings been at a luxury point where we're talking about being able to dish someone off and not feel the repercussions? Right now we have Gustafsson sitting in the AHL that 5 teams are looking at to go get. There was 5 teams at the Grand Rapids Griffins games. I don't have them off the top of my head. I saw the tweet during the Red Wings game tonight. But I know the Avs were there. The Hurricanes were there. They were looking at Gustafsson as a trade option. That's so nice. When have we had someone in the AHL that teams want to come get and come look at who's outside of our lineup because we're so deep at defense right now? Think about that. We're so deep at forward where Nate Danielson got hurt, and we're still fine. We're 4-1, baby. Like, come on. This is the best start to the Centennial season that we could possibly have, regardless of the letdown on opening night. And that's just where I'm at. Justin, I don't care about trade talks right now because it's early in the season. I care about what the players are doing right now. Exactly, Steve-O, baby. That's what we need to be talking about. We need to be talking about how good that Gibson played tonight and that you have legitimately, like, I know it's a platoon, and Detroit fans hate platoons, okay? And I'm with you. I don't like platoons either. But in terms of the goaltending, you have a pretty nice platoon there. You have 2 guys who easily could finish the season above 9-point save percentage. We have Talbot right now, who's at a 9.3. He's really, really carrying the back end, making the big saves. Gibson made tons of big saves today. And we need to be excited about this team. Like, we actually have legitimate goaltending. We have a penalty kill. Mazur and Lombardi this year. I think Mazur's going to crack the lineup at some point. I don't know when. I don't know when Salty St. Pete, but I know that at one point he will because he's that good. But we got to get back to the task at hand and how good this team is playing right now. The forecheck. This team forechecks like no one's business. They're here, and they want to hit people. Like, MBN is a physical player. Casper is a physical player. They both want to get in, hit. They don't take any ish. Like, we are changing the tide of this culture, but it's from the young guys. It's not from the older players. And that's where this is so beautiful to see. And like, I don't even want to get into the sustainability conversation because even Vegas is buying in. The odds are coming down on this team to make the playoffs for good reason. Like I think that we get so caught up in the playoffs and in the hockey town that we're not, when we sometimes don't enjoy the ride. Right now, we have to enjoy the ride. We're winning games in a way we haven't won games since the teams were in the playoffs. Like that needs to be celebrated. This team's 10th in PK, coming off being the worst unit in all of hockey. Steve Yzerman, good job. Let's enjoy the fact this team is good right now. Because yeah, it isn't guaranteed, and that there is no guarantee this season is going to end in playoffs. But right now, it's looking a hell of a lot better than it did to begin last year. Because I remember doing these shows. I remember talking to Kool-Aid and Flannel and saying, yeah, that they're good, but they're not great. This team is legitimately 4 lines deep. They have 3 legitimate lines that can play, and it's only going to improve when Danielson gets here, because then you get to bump Comfort or Cop down to that 4th line, and now you're really cooking. And no, you don't have a Brad Marchand on the 3rd line like the reigning Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers, had. You don't have it. But you know what you do have? You have a 3rd line that you can rely on. That McClellan sent out in the 3rd period time after time tonight and said, you guys are going to lock it up on defense. You're going to block shots. You're going to play hockey the right way. You're going to forecheck when the puck's in their zone. And that's enough, okay? Because that's what a 3rd line does. And when you finally get some talent around MBN, he's going to produce. Because you know what I see? Every time this kid is in the right spot, every time the puck is on his stick, it's in a scoring area. And when guys can actually get him the puck in a scoring area, I believe he's going to be able to take that next step. And you guys should too. Because these rookies are making plays. And there's so much credit that deserves to go all around the room. Like Ben Sherratt. Let's talk about how many block shots let me pull up the stats. Because Ben Sherratt over the last 2 games has been a menace in front of the net. He's been absolutely critical to this team's success. All right, here we go. Ben Sherratt, 2 blocks today. I know he had 5 blocks, I believe, last game. That's huge. That's the stats that people aren't going to talk about that really make this team go. All right. How about Mo Sider with 3 blocks himself tonight? Okay. Or 4 blocks. And 4 by ASP. Come on. That's an offensive defenseman. All right. McClellan is telling him early that you are a two-way threat. And the fact that you have him blocking 4 shots a night, that's a big statement about what this team, what is about this team, the identity of this team. Mark, I really do hope Kane is okay. He went down awkwardly at the end of the game. But he's been grinding, okay? And this team has proved if Raymond comes back and Kane has to mix a couple games day to day, they can sustain that because they play a style that isn't dependent on their best players. And that is like the true beauty of how good this team is playing. Going to the game Sunday. Let's make it 5-0. Dumbo Jumbo, let's do that. We need that. Let's go beat up on Connor McDavid and the reigning Stanley Cup, the runner-ups. Yeah. Go. I'm going to look up a Kane update here, okay? Let's see if the guy, Max Boltman, the absolute man, has an update on this. He does not so far. I don't think we got a Patrick Kane update. Hockey is not like football where they got the updates like as soon as after the game. All right. We got it, actually confirmed. Todd McClellan confirmed in his presser. Patrick Kane is okay. He just crashed into the boards awkwardly. He will be fine. So that is great news about Patrick Kane. So we're looking at hopefully a full tilt roster coming in on Sunday to play the Oilers. That would be ideal because this team is buzzing. This team is ready to go, and I can't wait. These aren't like the riffraff. You know, we're not playing the Ducks. We're not playing the Blue, even the Blue Jackets. We're not even playing the Blue Jackets. Or we're playing Tampa, Florida, Toronto. Like that was a gauntlet, and we went 4-1. That's insane. Like I'm so proud of this team right now. Let's go Red Wings, right? This team is playing so well. Man, I need to take a breath. I'm ecstatic right now. Oh my, I'm so hype about this team. This team is playing like they really can make the playoffs. And I'm really like I'm not trying to blow smoke. Like it's not just the hype of them winning games, it's how they're doing it. They weren't winning them like this last year. Did I see DeBrincat crawling to the bench late in the game or I was tripping? No, you're not tripping, Joel. He did. He blocked a huge shot in the 3rd period. He blocked a huge shot in the 3rd period from Hedman. It probably hurt like an ish, but he powered through that, and he made. And that's why this team is why I believe in this team. You have DeBrincat blocking shots. You have ASP blocking shots. You have Kane blocking shots. Everyone is buying in to what we say here. Coaching is everything. Thank you, Todd Dumbo Jumbo. Yes. Todd McClellan is instilling a mentality into these guys on how to play hockey the right way. And it's absolutely it's not this Lalonde BS that we've been dealing with for the past couple years. It's something a much more grittier true Detroit-esque. Like I can't wait to hear what D-Mac's thoughts are about it from when I talk to him next and how he feels about this team and how gritty this team is. This team, it's really the team. Oh, I need to take a breath. I'm gassing myself so much. All right, Justin, what did you think about Steve Eisman's interview on TNT the other night? I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I'm telling Spenny right now that the people are waiting, the masses are waiting to hear from him. He will come. He said he will come and grace us with our presence. But I loved it. He took accountability for the signings. He embraced the pressure that Dylan Larkin put on him. And he said that we need to be better. This is an organization that expects better, and we're bringing better. And that is why this Red Wings team, it might be special, man. Maybe it's just the Centennial magic, but it might also be just this team is truly so good. They actually have defensemen up and down, like JBD joining Johansson has been huge. They look great out there. I think they put up another bagel for a minus, which I'm not asking them to be plus. I don't need any offense from my third pairing defenseman. Yeah, 0. Not letting Nish. That's your third pairing coming in lockdown. Man, this team. ASP first of many. Same day. Yeah, great point, Ronald. Great point. Same day as Nicholas Lindstrom. It was meant to be, man. I didn't even know that when I said he was going to do it, but it was meant to be. ASP, and I've said it, okay, and I'm done keeping it in the bag, okay. If you watch Woodward Wings, you know I like hold myself like back in a straitjacket when I talk about ASP. I like literally think this kid is so generational. It's insane. When I watched Quinn Hughes at Michigan, there was something about it. It was so special when I watched him play. excuse me. But I see the same thing with ASP. He's so special anytime he touches the puck. He's so good. And he's just getting started. He's not even comfortable. He hasn't even shown the offensive prowess yet. But he gets one opportunity to eat TDRs and snipes Vasilevsky. That's what I expect from ASP. Not every game, but I expect this kid to be so generational. It's crazy. And I try to hold myself to the standard of my peers, okay? Because they all say don't hype yourself over prospects. But this is the one guy I've been willing to ride or die on since I saw him play. And I'm not willing to now back down on it. I've seen it with my own eyes. And it is meant to be. He scored tonight. When I was in the building and I bet on it, won $150 on it. It was meant to be, and I'm not backing down now. You try to tell me ASP is in the next best ish, I'm gonna fight you about it. Like if Neil tries to poo-poo me, I will literally scrap him. I'm not even kidding. Not sure, but Axel is the name of my friends who is the best at the drums and been a few. Hey, I hope you see him soon, Anakin. I know 44 is your favorite rookie. Mine too. When he was drafted, I told my friends he's a hybrid between Nick and Eric Carlson. Mine too, buddy. Shout out to you, Ronald Hunsker. Come on, our Huntsucker. Like, that is the thing. ASP is the ish, and he's literally just getting started. Like, you're just seeing flashes right now. Like it's just it's a shiny diamond that is just waiting to be fully shown off to the world because and then there was lists today that weren't putting him in the top rookie watch. Let me tell you, man, ASP is as good as any rookie in the NHL outside of Demidov. Okay, but Demidov is a special case. The next couple of years will be so much fun to watch. This Red Wings team will be fighting against the no state tax teams very soon. I'm calling it. But the thing is, they've done such a good job at their salary cap to be able to put this team in a position to succeed. They really have. You got Sider and Raymond on such team-friendly deals. And Edmondson and Casper are going to cost more money. They are. In this next extension period, this offseason, they're both going to cost a ton. But it's still not going to be in comparison to like the $16.5 million that Kale Kaprizov makes. Like it's not even close. And that's why I'm just so excited about this team. And I am going to do something special, okay? Because I can't lie. I got caught up in the excitement of the Detroit Red Wings tonight, I was in love. All right. And I love all the 100-year-ish, all the centennial stuff, the logo, the jersey. And they didn't wear it tonight. I was a little bummed. I was so hoping that they wore the jersey tonight. They didn't end up bringing it. Out, but still, I do like the 100-year patch on the sleeve. Okay, it's a clean look. It really is. I do like it. However, I was hoping for the cream. I was gonna cop a Lucas Raymond jersey. They don't have the A's on it yet, and I can't lie. You guys can call me crazy on this, but I am waiting. I am waiting to cop a Lucas Raymond Centennial jersey until he has the A on it. I need that brown triangle that looks so nasty on the jersey. It honestly makes the jersey. Man, this is a great point. Man, 4-1, and Cat hasn't even gotten going yet. No, absolutely. He still is yet to truly make his mark on a game. He hasn't taken, like, we haven't even seen a multi-goal performance from him. And that's why, like, get the word out. Come on! We're so up. All right, but I did get caught up in the Centennial spirit, and I bought a whole bunch of stuff, and I have to show it off. I do. While we wait for Spencer, I text him. I'm waiting for him, but first, everyone knows I'm a big hat guy. I wear a bunch of different Red Wings hats, so I copped this beautiful Centennial snapback hat. This is just perfectly. It's just up my alley. This style. This is right. This is my style. Oh, that looks money on me. Come on. That's so nice. So make sure. I mean, if you're this is one of the coolest hats I've literally ever put on in my life. All right, well, we'll keep it going. I got a couple more things. All right. I'm a sucker, okay? I'm a Star Wars fan. Huge Star Wars fan. So I got the jersey tonight, the giveaway jersey. I got to show it off. All right, we got the Darth Vader X Red Wings jersey. Look at that. That's money right there. With the 100-year and the D on the sleeves. That's so sick. All right. That is worth the price of admission, okay? All right, we're gonna keep it going. So Sana had their collab. I'm a sucker. All right, I bought all right. I'll tell you the amount of money I spent after the haul, okay? But I hit $150 on ASP goals, so I felt like I'm gonna splurge. So I went with the 100-year Sana sweatshirt. I think it's so sick. And then on the back, Detroit Red Wings. It says like Century Club in gold. I think that's so sick, so money. I had to cop. Okay, all right. You're gonna laugh at me when you hear how much money I spent. Okay, that's when you guys are gonna really like have your laughs about it. All right, and then I got a Sana shirt as well. And the reason is, okay, they got me. This is when I said they got me. They got me in the store. Hockey Town might be back, and I had to get a shirt that said Hockey Town. Look at this, Hockey Town on the ice with the Sana 100-year. Come on, that's so nails. That's literally so sick. Detroit Red Wings established on the front. Like that is an elite haul. Okay, all right. Put in the chat how much money you think I spent. Okay, I'm very like. And I work hard, okay? That's why I do this for myself, because this is also for work. All right, all of these things are I wear it for work. I mean, you see it. I have this pod. I wear it all the time. So I'm curious. 550, 500. All right, you guys are a little too high. All right, I can't lie. I spent 330. All right, Paul Miller. There we go. That's a money guess. 300. All right, yes. Oh, a lot of money. I clicked the wrong button. Yes. All right. I spent 330. All right. Yes, I did. All right, but it was worth it to me. All right. I love literally everything I bought. Okay. And there's only 100 Centennial season one time, and I'm gonna literally wear these for the rest of my life. Okay. And it was so worth it. The hoodie was like $175. Not a great decision. This was like $40. All right. This is what I would recommend. If you're gonna get anything, I get this hat. This hat is crispy as hell. Is that a 970? It's a new era. It's a new era cap. It's a great cap, man. Come on. All right. I mean, all right. Let's get back to the game though. Thank you for entertaining me. I do appreciate it. I'm getting a custom head sail for my sailboat. That is nails. That is so sick. Oh my God. Saltine St. Pete, you're going to have to send me a picture when you get it. That is absolutely sick. That is one of the, oh, wow. You're going to have, that is so cool. That is so cool. I've been waiting, or I'm sorry. I know I'm getting off topic, but I've been waiting for the Red Wings to put Al like as the center stage mainstay of the jersey. Like, when are we going to get Al the Octopus like underneath the Wings logo? Like, imagine that. That would be so sick. Like Big Al like over the logo, and then that's it. No other purple in the jersey, only the logo. I have been pining for this for years. Like, whenever they get the City Connect of the NHL, we need that. Like, a huge Al the Octopus in front of a Red Wings logo will be the sickest jersey ever made, and I will have 5 of them. I think that is the $1 billion idea. So, Chris Illich, you heard it here first. Make it happen. We need it because it will be nails. I cannot lie. I think I cooked on that one. I think I did. Like would anyone be opposed to an L logo? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Like the NFL alternates, yes. It was a team here in Grand Rapids that had jerseys like that, white with red trim, but without the octopus on the front. It was pretty dope. I see. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. All right, let's dive back into it because there's so much to talk about this Detroit Red Wings team. Also, make sure you tap in Woodward Wings tomorrow morning. Me and Spenny just talk about a little bit of the volatility of this whole thing, how the Red Wings are going to move forward. Is it sustainable? Great stuff in there. You got to tap into that. So make sure you get that 10:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. All right, I got you. So let's keep going into it. These rookies, okay? So let's talk about if we didn't have the rookies. Like let's have this little nightmare scenario, all right? So what? We got Bergeron playing on the first line, JVR playing on the first line. We got I don't even want to imagine it. But to think about how much these guys are elevating this roster and they're 5-on-5 players, something that this team has been lacking year in and year out. This team has not been able to contribute 5-on-5 in a meaningful way, and now they are. Like, and it may not be the offensive upside that you were hoping for, that they're scoring a whole bunch of goals 5-on-5. It's that they're stopping them 5-on-5. Like, and that's so big. Like the defense of this team is better. The goaltending is better. And I can't lie. I would rather take that than the offense because you can change the offense with one player. Like, one really good player can really change an offensive like front for you. But in the defensive end, it takes a city, it takes a group of people. And that's what this decor is giving you right now. And that's why this team is being so effective right now. Is 5-on-5. They're not being ran over. This is a very good Red Wings team who's showing up every single game with their lunch pail ready to work. And you'll hear me harp on it a little bit in tomorrow's episode. Is the breakouts. The breakouts have not been great, but today they were. There was very few times, other than the third period. The third period, though, they were playing to not lose, and I mean that's what you do though when you have 1-goal lead. You dump the puck deep when you cross the red line and you block shots. That's how you win close games, and the Red Wings did that. So I don't want to yes, there is an element of not trying to lose, but like that is how you play hockey. Like that is how you do, and I see that. And I'm not going to discredit them for blocking the shots and making the plays to win the game. Emmett Finney is able to do things that brings the first line together. It is all about team, and Finney brings that to the first line. Absolutely. They don't feel like they're being weighed down by a weight. They feel like they're being lifted up by a guy who has so much energy. He brings so much energy to that line. And I can't wait for Lucas Raymond to come back and really just make that line whole and make this roster, because when think about what happens to this roster when Appleton comes down to the bottom 6 where he's supposed to be, and when Danielson's back. Like, that is like truly such an interesting conversation, because you're going to have Appleton, Rasmussen, JVR, Confer, because I think Confer's the odd man out on that third line, Soderblom, and Berggren. Or maybe I said Berggren. I don't know. There's 6 of them, and there's only 3 spots on that line. And in my opinion, it's going to be JVR. I think it should be Soda. I like watching Soda grow. I think he continues to grow, and I think he only gets better with playing time. At center, it's probably I forgot Appleton. JVR, Appleton, and Confer. Soda probably gets sent back to the A. As much as I'd love to see Soda on this Wings team, there's still more that he can develop as an offensive player. And will he probably develop more as an offensive player if he gets sent down to the A again? Yes. So that might be something we have to explore once Raymond's back, because Appleton deserves to play. He's going to be one of the best players in your bottom 6. And that's just facts. The Grateful Dead Wings jersey are better than their Star Wars jerseys. Sorry, Justin. That's your humble opinion, Kyle. I appreciate you being here and tapping in, but I disagree. I don't give a I don't care about Grateful Dead. That's not my generation. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I'm a huge nerd, and Darth Vader's my favorite character. I like Darth Vader. So sue me. Amon-Ra St. Brown brought some grit to this team from the last game. He might have, man. But it was from before that, though. They're playing like this since the Toronto game. Anakin, Sky Ogre, of course, vibing out with me. The Star Wars jerseys are sick. Thanks, man. My guy. Shout out to him. We're all worried that we aren't seeing the offseason moves from Yzerman. Seeing the offseason move while Yzerman was watching rookies pop off, just waiting for the start of the season. Yes. He saw it. He saw what they were doing in camp, and you can only see it when you're there. And that's why it's so hard in my position. Unfortunately, I was not able to make it out to Wings camp this year. I was going to go, but I had my own hockey, and it's my last year. I'm a senior. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying my best to balance my life. But we had some strong feelings, though. I said that ASP and MBN would make it out of camp, but you would have never been able to see Finney coming out like he did. That was purely be going and taking a spot. It's really like to see out of a guy like Emma Finney. That's so gritty, man. It really is. It's so gritty. A bag of chips. Is it safe for me to buy a Centennial jersey at this point in the season? I think, all right, real talk, and not trying to gas up the Red Wings and really trying to have an honest opinion for you guys without taking my Wings fandom out of it. This team will bare minimum be there at the very end. Okay. They will be within within a game. They will have a game if they are not in the playoffs, a game to decide whether they are in the playoffs or not. They will have a control their own destiny type of season. And they will control themselves winning or making the playoffs by how they play down the stretch. I truly believe that. So if you're asking me, is it safe to buy a jersey because we're going to make the playoffs? I can't guarantee that right now. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm leaning more towards yes than no right now with how they're playing. However, this team will forever be decided in March and April. And when they can show you that they are ready to play in March and April, then if you want the guarantee that they're going to make the playoffs to buy the jersey, then you'll know that. And they'll still be, they're going to sell them into the summer. I can guarantee it. The Red Wings know how to make themselves some money. However, if you're getting a Raymond or a Cider jersey, wait until the A's are on the jersey. Okay, I went today to go buy a Lucas Raymond jersey. They did not have the A's on the jersey. And you got to have the letter on the jersey. It makes the jersey, in my humble opinion. You can listen to me or you can't. It's up to you. But I think you got to wait and you got to get the A on it. Hopefully they don't fade at the break after the bum-ass Tigers. I hope not either, Dumbo. I think that there is a lot of good. Like, I know there's a lot of players who are going to go play in the Olympics, but they're not going to play heavy roles in the Olympics, and that's where I hope that this team can hopefully improve down the stretch. Also, another year of knowing how to attain the success in those months hopefully plays a factor. I watched tomorrow's episode because the Oilers are coming up on Sunday. Thank you, Ronald. Yes, we do talk about that game, and we talk about what the season is going to look like moving forward. We also will have a post-game show for you on Sunday. It won't be as late because I will not be coming from downtown. It will be directly after the Red Wings game versus the Oilers on Sunday. It's a 3:30, so it'll probably be around 6. We're going to come in, tap in. Spencer will be here, guaranteed. I know he's out drinking right now. He said if he could, he would join. I don't know if that's going to happen. Doesn't appear so. However, it's all good. I hold it down when I have to hold it down, and I appreciate you guys being here holding it down with me. And any questions you have, please throw them in here. I'd love to talk about anything that you guys specifically want to hit. I'm up here just talking about things that I noticed during the game. And one thing I noticed is Alex DeBrincat, okay? And someone said earlier when he gets going, this team's going to be scary. And absolutely, when DeBrincat's scoring, this team's is at its best. It's just like Larkin. When Larkin's going, this team's at its best. He has still been contributing night in and night out. He blocked crucial shots today. He made a lot of great defensive plays. And that's where I appreciate him as a player, because even though he's a smaller guy, he still finds a way to get gritty, to get in there, and to make plays, even when he's not having the offensive day that he is so accustomed to. He had no shots today, but he still made an impact on the game. And that's what good players do. And that's a tip my cap to Alex DeBrincat, okay? And Bill, where you play hockey, Justin? I play club hockey at Western Michigan, D3. Still blast. Good hockey as well. Lots of kids who play juniors and in AAA. I came from AAA background. Still great hockey. But it's at this point, it's just fun. It's a blast. I just have a good time with it. I'm moving on in my life. It's time that I'm enjoying the world. I'm becoming a job occupational man, I guess. And this is what I do, and I love what I do. I wouldn't change it for the world, and that's because of you guys. So thank you. Like, seriously, drop a like. It literally helps me a ton. You guys are why I'm able to talk hockey. Seriously, I can't believe this right now. It says a lot about McClellan willing to – great point. I've been waiting to hit this. It says a lot about McClellan is willing to start 3-on-3 overtime with 2 rookies on the ice. Yeah. Seeing ASP and Finney out of the jump on overtime got me chubbed up. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna front about that. Seriously, I was so happy. I was like, okay, you're trying to be aggressive. Like, I love it. The speed that those two, like, that is the fastest 3 guys you can put on the ice. And they put it out there trying to go win the game. It didn't work out right away, but it worked out later. And that McClellan has been coaching his ass off. Like, he's making a difference. He's making an absolute difference. You are seeing the McClellan effect. You got to give it to him. You got to. DeBrincat blocking the shot, getting a stinger, and calling to the bench. She's going to open up the goal scoring soon. Yeah, I mean, that's how you do it. For me, at least. I mean, I never was a premier goal scorer, such as like DeBrincat was, but like for me, whenever I took a huge hit or made some defensive plays, like that always will open up the scoring for me. I think that's a very common hockey thing that a lot of players go through. So I do believe that it will open up that for DeBrincat. I think he's just getting started for sure. Nobody, $5 super chat, shout out. Do you come to West Michigan to play like Grand Rapids GVSU? Yes. We actually mostly play our games in Western Michigan. We play out of Wings Event Center in Kalamazoo, but we do play GVSU, we play Calvin, we play Aquinas. So if you go to d3westernstallions.com, you will see our schedule. And I'd love to come see any of you at my games. It would actually be so lit. I can't lie. But yeah, McClellan, Coach of the Year. Honestly, if this team makes the playoffs, there's no doubt he deserves to be Coach of the Year. There's no other team that deserves it. Last year, the St. Louis Blues coming out of nowhere deserved that title. But this year, if the Detroit Red Wings were able to make that jump and finally make the playoffs, I do believe in the centennial season. Also, it's a hype train one award. Most awards are. I think the hype train around Detroit will be too big for them to deny that from him. Shout out to Anakin. Can't ice skate, but his girlfriend's from Aquinas, and that's my guy. A Maroon and no, don't be talking about Maroon and gold at CMU St. Pete. Come on, I thought we were vibing. I don't see what your first comment was about. No, we gotta root for the gold, man. The gold and black. Western Michigan Broncos, baby. Come on. All right, let me go back to my sheet of things that I wanted to talk about. I'm sorry. So let's talk about the sustainability of the goaltending, okay? Because I think there is, and I don't want to be a damper on the mood. The mood's great, okay? See, I'm enjoying the win streak, but I'm also waiting for the other shootout called PTSD, and the PTSD is okay. All right, it's okay to have some PTSD. This team has given it to you for the last couple of years. However, the thing about this team is, and I think that they proved it with this slow climb of the Gibson to Talbot back to Gibson. Gibson is your starter. He had a bad game. You go to Talbot. If Talbot has the hot hand, you give Gibson a rest. You let Talbot take the reins, and you let Talbot go win you a couple games. But you don't overuse Talbot because you want to keep him in his hot mindset because he is such a hot and cold goaltender. Like, he truly is. Like, Talbot is one of the most hot and cold goaltenders I've ever watched in my life. Dead ass. He is able to find himself in better positions if he isn't put out like a match. If he is able to retain his heat over Gibson starts, that's when he's at his best. And then you give Gibson the time to reassess himself. Because in 35 games last year, he had great stats. He has great stats. Nobody. $2 super chat. Saturday, January 17th, 7 p.m. I'm going to be there, big dog. First beer is on me. Absolutely. We will go and hit the bar after, get a beer. That sounds amazing. I appreciate you, nobody. We'll get it. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. Absolutely. But this goaltending core is getting it done. They are truly finding such a good rhythm, and McClellan is deploying them beautifully. The UA fan. I'm still full chub. You should be. You should be full chub. This team is electric right now. You enjoying some brewskis tonight, or are you just tired? I am not tired. I'm actually so dialed. It's crazy. I had beers at the game. I actually I can't lie. I'm at home. I'm not in Kalamazoo, obviously. I live with my parents. I asked my mom to bring me some water a couple minutes ago. She obviously did not get my text because I'm dying of thirst. I would kill for a beer right now. Honestly, I'm definitely gonna have a beer after this because all I have to do is wake up tomorrow to be on the Michigan stream tomorrow, and I'm gonna have a time doing that. So hey, tap in 11 a.m. tomorrow, 12. I'm Michigan, Washington. We're getting dialed. Just a fan. Rather watch young players with up and downs versus washed old vets. Absolutely. And we have been preaching this mantra, just a fan. I know you've been a part of it since day one of Woodward Wings. Let the kids play. Come on, the kids. And the kids are playing, man. And MBN, and the underrated stat is MBN leads his team in hits. Like these young kids are bringing a physicality, a style that is translating and will only get more and more better when we see the Danielsons of the world. What's your go-to beer? Austin is a Kona Big Wave, best beer in the game. Hint of pineapple. Now they sell them at every single sporting event I go to. They sell them at Wings games. I absolutely got after it with those tonight. They also have them on tap at LCA now. Oh my lord, you better watch out. I get active when there's some Kona big waves around. All right. Jsaw, I'm getting into hockey. What a great game to go to. It it was so yeah, it was so worth it. Absolutely. I'm so glad I went. That was just Gibson. Wow. I didn't see this is the thing too. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how many shots they had going into the third period because so they had 11 shots going into the third period. They had 19 in the third. And Gibson just stood on his head all third period, making save after save for this hockey team and really just battening down the hatches. Red Wings letting block shots 22-13. Okay? Hits 20-27, letting hits. These are the signs that they are constantly winning these important stat categories. And that's why I'm starting to actually get some faith in this team. I'm not just trying to be a slappy. I'm not just trying to tell you guys that as a fan, I'm trying to be objective as Spenny likes to call me, hockey elite. Salty and St. Pete. If you cover the $450 slip fee for my sailboat, we can do a live stream from it right across the street from the Lightning's Arena in the heart of downtown. Man. Salty, we'll have to reevaluate that because I can't lie. A Red Wings Lightning pregame and postgame show from the tailgate, from the slip cover, would be electric. Here, how about this? If we can make it work, if you cover the tickets, I'm sure we would cover the slip fee. Okay, we'll just put it like that. I think that we could make something happen. I'm sure that if the timing worked out, I would love that. And Spencer's a crazy mofo. He would definitely at least lend a ear. Me and him are going and spending downtown in Lansing after the Michigan State game. So he's down for that type of issue. So that could happen. That'd be sick. I can't lie. That'd be so cool. All right. So happy to see Gibson have a strong game, especially in the third period. If we're gonna have sessions here, we need both tendies on their game. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Those two are truly they're going to be the light that leads us to the end of the tunnel. And the end of the tunnel is the playoffs. Because the goaltending really is the true crucial factor in this whole equation. Justin, are you going to be at the studio or second best on Monday? I will be in town for the Lions game. Yes, I will be. I will be in studio on Monday. I will probably be at second best before the game. I'm going to the game, and then I will be at Gillies for the post game. So I will be everywhere, Freddie Felt. So I'm sure I will see you not just once, not just twice, probably 3 times. Okay? So don't you worry about it, and I'll be glad to see you because you're the dog. You know the game of hockey. Your hockey league, War Wings, and War Wing crews are some of the best. Thank you. To be in the same conversation as them who've been doing it for so long, I truly appreciate it. We're going to the moon. I know and Spenny, I talked Spenny out of doing this tonight because I didn't want him to stress about it and I didn't want him to feel attached to it if we lost or if he was unable to do it because he's at the bar with his friends. I didn't want to do that to him. So I told him we wouldn't do it, and in the back of my head, I kind of always knew I was if there's a good chance I'm gonna end doing it solo, but I don't care. I gotta bring you guys the content. I truly do care about talking hockey with you guys. It's the best. Ron Huntsucker, shout out to you, and Austin West. Finney is one of my favorite players right now. I love an underdog. He's absolutely an underdog. And I know the comparisons to Zetterberg were kind of crazy, and we'll have more of this tomorrow. Spencer makes a great comparison to Emma Finney and Henrik Zetterberg, both 7th-round picks. It's our 40th episode as well. It's just the way they play gritty. Seriously. It's just a different style that we've seen over the last couple of years, and it's so great to see. It's this team is so back. I can't wait. I really can't. Bill, I'll be in Detroit Monday. Can you guys have people in for live viewing during games? Yeah. I just there's rules about live streaming in the stadium. You have to get special clearance, so I can't be live streaming when I'm there. But I take videos, post them on social media, send them to the crew. The boys will be live at Gillies, in downtown Detroit. Great bar, one of my favorites. Also, the pregame at Second Best Bar. So if you're downtown for that, make sure you tap in. You want to come say hi to me? I'll be there. Brand new. Our fourth line has a 6'8", 6'6", and 6'3", and they are softer than puppy shit. How embarrassing is that? It kind of is, because you would definitely love them to play more of a like Panthers to Chuck style of hockey, but they're younger, and I don't know. I would love to. I love it. It would truly make that fourth line like an elite fourth line if they were able to do that. But Rasmus Unit has been playing better. I won't lie. I do think that Mazer is going to eventually take a spot, but he's playing a good 4C right now. Is he going to be good enough to keep Confer out of that 4C spot when Appleton comes back down? We'll see. I don't think he is, but we'll have to wait and see. Bill, I'll see you there, man. And Rasmussen can be a waste of space, but when he's on, he's on. He plays a good fourth line when he's playing well, and I have to give him credit in that regard. He does deserve it. Does Meyer sell the Centennial wing spinner? I'm not trying to drop two bills on a jersey. I do not think so. I've only seen them in the shop. They don't even sell my game to Detroit. That's usually my go-to spot outside of the stadium because Ronald, I wondered where Spenny was. Thanks for bringing content of wings. It is appreciated. We appreciate you, man. Spenny actually was gonna tap in, and I respect the shit out of it. He was like, "Send me the link. Send me the link right now." And he wanted to be a part of it. But I can hold it down, and it's a challenge for me. I appreciate it because it's hard to run a solo show just with the chat, but it makes me better at hosting, and so I appreciate the opportunity to be with all you guys. I mean, you guys are showing out. 91 current viewers right now. Shout out Sergey Fedorov, retired jersey that will be hung in the rafters later this year, as it should be, forever should be. I mean, God, what a freaking game, man. What a game. Austin, are you guys hiring? We are hiring interns, only unpaid interns. If you would, I'll put my email in the. We are always hiring interns, and so, but that is the only way that you can work at Woodward because of the fact that we are a startup. So there's only so much to go around. So if you like to become a intern, I interned for 3 months and was able to become a full-time employee in 3 months, and it has been the best thing that's ever happened to me, to be honest. I'm so lucky. I truly am. To talk about my teams in my hometown, there's literally nothing better. And it can just, I mean, I recommend journalism or sports management, but not necessarily. It can really be at whatever you should believe. Bill, do you guys ever come to Toledo and watch hockey? Walleyes games are awesome. I've been meaning to get down to a Walleye game. I haven't been in a couple years. I remember going when I was a young buck with my teams, but I haven't been in a while. But I would definitely be down to go. Absolutely. All right, apologies. Um, but yeah, I went to the Griffins game last year. Shout out to them. They credentialed me so I could go watch ASP's first home game. It was. I mean, I can't lie. This progression, and I'm wrapping up the stream here. I'm sorry, guys. We're in an hour. I'm glad that we've been hanging out. But your boy has got to get some sleep because I'm at a 4-hour stream tomorrow with Michigan, Washington, which will be a great time. But it was meant to be. Okay. I went to ASP's first Grand Rapids Griffin game. And then I'm at his first NHL goal, and I bet on it and win $150. I'm done keeping it in the closet how generational I feel like ASP is. He is so special of a player. And if you honestly if you are on the brink of buying a jersey and you don't have someone that you want to claim yet, I'd wait. I'd wait until half the season is over. Because a lot of people are going to want ASP jerseys, and a lot of people are going to want MBN jerseys, and a lot of people are going to want Finney jerseys. I'm just gonna say it. A lot of the cornerstone pieces are coming, and they're here, and they are apparently great. And we'll see how they play at the end of the year. Obviously, there'll be a learning curve, but they're going to be special. Specifically, ASP. And I've said that for almost over a year now, and I'm not hiding anymore. I'm not hiding how generational I think ASP is. He's going to be great. I said a year and a half ago he'd be the best defenseman on the Red Wings, and out of the three, and I still stand by that opinion. Justin, I met Dylan Larkin, and he gave me New Balance shoes. He's a great guy. I met him as well. I met him at a lake. Great guy. I mean, he's a man's man. People's people. He talked to me. He told me he loved my flow. I mean, what more of a compliment can you get from the captain? Hey, Bill, appreciate you. Appreciate you, my man. Hey, and Rando, stick to your Pro V jersey. It's a legend right there. You can't go wrong. You really can't. You really can't. Bill, appreciate the hospitality. Everyone, thank you so much. Tapping into Woodward Wings. Check out 10:30 a.m. Me and Spenny, Woodward Wings again. You guys are the best. Love to the moon, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.